Hey guys, welcome back to Fallout 76. Today I have a very important video for you. Something that addresses legendary items and legendary enemies, where to find them, fast leveling. This video is going to have a whole bunch of really good information in it. And it also discusses a theory that I think I'm going to put to rest. I've seen a lot of discussion, a lot of posts from people saying that they have a problem getting legendary items, and what they're encountering is they're mainly going to like White Springs and they're finding legendary enemies, air quotes, that aren't actually, I mean, they are legendary enemies, but they're not multi-starred legendary enemies, and that is where the problem lies. I think a lot of people have an assumption that if they encounter a legendary enemy, they should get a good legendary item, but if you find a legendary enemy that doesn't have a multi-star like next to its name, chances are you're gonna find a crappy one-star legendary item. Generally, that's what you find, and especially places like White Spring. Well, I came across the post on Reddit from somebody called Advice for Advice, and they said that if you let a legendary enemies, and this only, I gotta state this right away, this only applies to legendary enemies that have multi-stars next to their name, and that's a big issue, people having like a problem finding those. Well, I'm gonna show you one spot that is, guys, I'm gonna say, I've ran this location multiple times now, and I have yet to find an instance where there wasn't a legendary enemy inside. So I'm going to say a guaranteed legendary, and every single time it's been at least 1 to 3 stars. Most of the time it's a 3-star enemy in this location. A guaranteed location where you're going to find a multi-star enemy. And so this applies to multi-star enemies, and basically what he says to do is to hit it, don't one-shot it, but hit it and let its health completely refill before you kill it. And that way you get better loot. Now, I think that is not true. I don't think that's true. And I have ran this enough now that I think I have a pretty good pool of data that I can say with relative certainty that it's just RNG. It has nothing to do with letting the health refill. So basically saying like if you find a legendary enemy, and I mean maybe it slightly increases the chances, but I don't think so. I think whatever enemy spawns in, that enemy already has loot on it, and that loot is not going to change depending on how you kill it. And I've ran a couple tests now where I've one-shotted things and gotten 1 stars. Like, I've got that multiple times. But I've also one-shotted things and got, like, actually, I have, now that I've done this, I wrote this all down, I have more one-shot multi-starred legendary items than I do one stars. And so I think it generally, mainly, specifically depends on the star rating of the legendary enemy. And so in this video, I'm going to show you this location, westtech, right here. I think is the best spot in game right now. It hasn't been nerfed, whereas every other spot I think has been nerfed. Uranium Fever is the only other spot that I've found that you get the legendary, guaranteed legendary enemies, and they generally drop decent loot. Most of the time it's armor though, but sometimes you get a good weapon. But westtech has proven to be very, very valuable so far for me. This video might be a little longer because I want to discuss these things right away. But essentially, come to westtech, and the biggest thing to know is that on the outside there's going to be a bunch of super mutants. And I'll discuss why this area is so good here in a second. But there could be potentially a legendary spawn on the outside. But every time I go inside, there is a legendary enemy inside. So let's go ahead, let's get in the video, and I'll do a run through this area first, and I'll talk about why it's so good, and then I'll show you a bunch of clips of getting different starred legendary items to kind of prove my point that I don't think it matters how you kill it. I think it's total RNG. They have high level enemies here. Sometimes there's low levels on the outside, most of the time there's high levels. But inside there's always high levels, okay? Not only are there tons and tons of super mutants here, but all super mutants have 556 pretty much, and Some of them have pipe pistol stuff or 38s. But most of them have 5.56 and assault rifles. Now, the good thing with assault rifles, if you don't know, assault rifles sell for a lot of money. And so compared to like the normal like 7 caps, they can sell for like 20, 30, depending on which one you get. And so like it's one of the best spots for like getting items to farm for caps, let alone the legendary aspect of this place. So you're getting insanely good XP, you're getting good weapons that you can sell, you get the potential of finding good legendary, actual good legendary items and enemies here. And then not only that, but if you have like herbivore like I do, there's actual like plants and stuff you can get inside. So when you first come up to the area, you're going to have to kill the stuff that's on the outside. There's a couple of them. There is also a berserker here that has like a mini nuke, and so don't die to that thing. Don't let yourself die to that. So just work your way to the inside, and then like I said, there could be a chance of having a legendary multi-star enemy here on the outside. So when you make your way inside, you can loot everything if you want. I'm not going to loot anything because I've exhausted all the caps already today. I've sold so much stuff. I'm like back up to like 3,000 caps in like a day. You can get like tons and tons and tons of stuff. And if you get like the refresh of the vendors, and so if you pretty much play at night and then get the refresh, well, whatever it is for you. But make your way inside. There's going to be like a dog in here. There'll be a super mutant in here, and generally there's the super mutants that like everyone has assault rifles. It's crazy. Generally there's one in here going to the bathroom. Like no joke. Generally the legendary one is not over in this area. He's through these doors right here. So let's see, he's in here. There'll be one in here somewhere. So there's mutt fruits and stuff all over the place. I want to make sure that I can show that it's a 3-star, then I kill it in one shot. Because I've done enough testing now with multi, like, letting it take its sweet time. Where is this thing? Taking its sweet time to, like, refresh its health back up. Alright. Where's the legendary? There's literally been one in here every single time, and I swear if there isn't one this time, I'm going to flip out. That's just my luck. There he is right there. Okay, so let's every single time, multi-star, every single time. Let's kill him in one hit to make sure that he dies in one hit, and let's see what he gets. So he's got a spear. We'll see what that spear is. So it's an exterminator one. 2-star. So I actually got lucky. I think this area just has really, really good chance for getting good loot, like multi-star loot. So I think WestTech is come inside. Don't just do the outside and then leave. Actually come inside, because I think every time there's been one in here, and it's actually been pretty good loot. I've had one time where I think I one-shotted it and got a 1-star. So I think from what I've seen, generally, most of the time they've dropped, they drop crap loot, but this place seems to have a pretty good chance of having 2-star stuff. So yeah, definitely make sure to come inside, and like I said, there's been one inside every single time that I've been here so far, so it's definitely worth coming in here. Alright, let me roll through the individual clips that I found of different things, and then maybe I'll try to find another spot with something else that like another location with legendary enemies. Okay, so I think what I'll do is I'll show you the one hit like multi-star like pieces of armor and weapons that I got, just to kind of show you that I think it's just total RNG. It could be WestTech. It could be that WestTech's just amazing, and and loot everywhere else has been nerfed. That could be the case. Maybe that's what people are experiencing, and WestTech is like what it should be like. Do you know what I mean? And so I don't exactly know. I guess I would say that if there is a small chance that it actually matters, you could always 2-hit it and just make sure that you get the best loot. But honestly, I think it's just total RNG from what I can see. Okay, so here's a one-shot legendary major Gutsy in Sugar Grove, and you'll see that I get a 3-star auto grenade launcher that was off of a one-shot. And so I just don't know if it truly does matter. I'm curious to know how many times this person who made this post like ran these tests and like got a big pool, because from what I can see, I don't know if it matters that much. Okay, so here's a 3-star legendary in the Uranium Fever event, and I just one-shotted it, and it drops a 3-star Nocturnal leather left arm. And so, I mean, I will also show you though that I one-shot a lot of things, and I only get 1-star items as well. Alright, so back in eNtaK, and there is a 3-star legendary enemy right behind this one, and he drops a Junkie's Grognak's Axe, and this is a 3-star, which this was kind of cool to get this, and I was looking for Junkies and I couldn't find it in the list, and then I realized that it didn't list that, but it's a 3-star here as well. Okay, so this clip, I'm not sure what happened. I didn't get the original aspect of it, but this was a 2-star legendary super mutant, and it drops a piece of armor. And so I two hit this one, and basically, well, 3 hit. I hit it, let its health recharge, and then hit it 2 more times to take it out completely, and it dropped a marine armor piece. So this was a 2-hit 2-star legendary enemy, and it dropped a 2-star piece of armor. So I did this quite a few times where I felt like I had a big enough pool, and like I multi-hit this guy so that way basically I can test it once again, and I do this several times, and it's just, it all seems RNG. And so that's why I feel like I really wonder how many times that other person did this test to get those results. Now, obviously, if you want to do any true testing, you'd have to do this like probably 100 times to like maybe 50 each way or something like that, and then not only that, but like you have to like account for different variables, so you need to go to like different locations, and you know, I don't know, there's a lot of different things that could come into play with this, and so truly this is not the greatest like overall test, but I feel like it gave me a pretty good idea of, you know, how this works, and I don't think it matters that much. And so I was like really curious to know like how much testing did this person come to these theories where, you know, this is what you have to do. I just don't want people to have to do more work to achieve the same result. Do you know what I mean? I do think that if on the chance that there is a small percentage that it actually matters how you kill it, you could always do it just to make sure, but I don't truly think it matters that much. There's times where you know, I double hit a specific legendary enemy and it only gives you like a 1-star piece or whatever, and now obviously that I think is dependent on the star rating of the enemy, and so just because it's a 1-star doesn't mean it's going to give you something better than that. I think it's like very specifically capped to the type of starred enemy that it actually is. Now, and I feel like that is like something that should be like kind of common knowledge, but I just don't want people to be led astray without doing their own testing and finding out for sure. And that's kind of why I'm making this video, so that you don't really have to do this, but you know, I did it for you guys. It took a long time, but I felt it was worth it. There were a lot of instances where I killed something that was like a 2-star, and we like let it regain its health, and then it still dropped a 1-star item, and the fact that it happened so many times in my testing, to me, makes me really think that it's just total RNG. I feel like I'm repeating myself a lot, but I want to drive the point home that I don't think it matters. Okay, so I think I've ran this enough now. I've got so many different items. I've ran eNtaK so many times. I've ran Uranium Fever, I think 3 or 4 times now, and my conclusion is this: I think it's total RNG. I think if anything, I hope this video proves that eNtaK is an amazing location, and I actually discovered something even more insane about this location than I originally knew, and that I had a run one time in this place that had 3 legendaries inside. One was a no-star, one was a 1-star, one was a 3-star, and there was a crown boss at the very top. And so eNtaK is like the place that's like, it seems like it's been untouched from the nerf, and it is an amazing location for all kinds of different reasons. I leveled twice making this in the course of making this video, from 126 to 128, and I would say that it's total RNG. and it seems common sense. It seems like it'd be common sense. And I mean, I thought this was like common knowledge from the beginning, because I think like if you understand how a game works and how it dishes out probably from the database aspect of things of like coding of giving a weapon, there's a pool that it can draw from, and I think it depends on the star of the enemy. And so if it's a no star legendary, it's probably going to be a 1-star item. If it's a 1-star, it's most likely going to be a 1-star item. If it's a 2, it can be between 1 and 2, but then a 3-star can have between 1 and 3. And so it's totally dependent on RNG, I think. And so I don't think that you have to kill it a certain way, but I will say this. On the off chance that it does actually matter how you kill it, perhaps you could, no matter what, I'm not going to actually do this. This is where I kill myself. I died. And I died when I shot through that window. On the off chance that it does actually matter, or it gives you a slight better chance of getting a better item, just 2-hit it, I guess. I mean, I don't think it matters. Like, I just think it's total RNG, but on the off chance that it actually does matter, you can do it anyway. So, I don't know. I've ran it enough times. I've ran this enough times where I've one-shot 3-star enemies and got 3-star items. I've ran it a few times and got a 1-star item, and so I just think it's total RNG. I don't think it depends on how you kill it. Although, like I said, there could always be a slight chance, and so you might as well do it just to make sure. But I don't think you actually have to. I think it's total RNG. And you can run this location so many times so easily that, like, why waste your time? Just do it as fast as you can and then server hop. I mean, I've gotten so many legendary items from here, and there are so many. There's a massive potential for legendaries in here, and there always seems to be at least a multi-star enemy in here, if not a 3-star. I've ran it several times, and there's been a 3-star in here like multiple times, and so I think you can like just do it however you want and just roll through it as fast as you can and see what you get. I think it's worth like just going crazy and just doing it as fast as you can. So I think has been a crown up here every single time too, yeah. So make sure to come up here too. And these guys have missiles and mines and stuff. So wow, it's only taken like a dozen times, but I think this actually might be the first time that I've been in here that there wasn't a 3-star enemy inside. That, or a multi-starred enemy. That is very interesting. So finally, after all this time, unless he's hiding somewhere, or he was killed by, there's Assaultrons that can be in here. Maybe they were killed by the Assaultron Guardians. They come from, where are they? In here, right? There's where do those things spawn at? There's Assaultron Guardians that can spawn in here. Oh yeah, right here. They get pumped out of this place. So I think maybe they killed it. I don't know. So I think I'm still not sure with the legendary stuff, like what the deal is or if it really matters much. But if you have a handmade, you're not farming this location, you're crazy. Oh, there he was right there. There was one. Regenerating metal right arm. I don't know what star he was, so I didn't see. It's a 1-star. Maybe there'll be another legendary. Shoot, I really wanted to test a multi-star enemy again. I've just done it so many times. I'm just like kind of obsessed with doing it, just to really like know for sure, which I don't think you can truly know. But it's worth, I don't know, I think it's just worth doing, because it's so, caps and ammo, and, I mean, it's just insane, this spot. Definitely worth doing as many times as you want to. What'd I pick up that board for? What the crap? There is, every time, there's a boss, there's a crown up here. Every time. And he usually has stim packs on him, and, a missile, like a missile launcher and missiles and stuff. Yeah, see, every time. He's just in dog food. These things have dog food on them. I love that. So I think I don't know how much more of this I can do today. I've done these things so many times. I mean, maybe I could find a different location. If you know of another spot that has multi-star enemies that, like, you know, come all the time, like it's kind of a guaranteed spot to find them, go ahead and comment that. I'd love to test another location with this theory. Here was this. Was somebody else here already? Did I just kill this guy? I think someone else was here. Wait, no. How did he die? I can't get the loot off that. So I think was somebody else here or something. I have no idea. Anyway, let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Do you think it matters how you kill something, or does it matter the stars mainly? Or is there like some other kind of thing we need to know? I don't know. I mean, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. I feel like I've done this enough today to know that it's just kind of total RNG, it seems. But I'd love to hear your thoughts. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope things are going well for you in your life. Thanks for stopping by the channel today, and definitely come visit freaking WestTech. This spot is amazing.